Lori from Cruising for Treasure, and you are watching The Sold Show. And in this show, I show you everything that I sold since the last time I shipped out. So that would have been last Friday. So everything that sold since that day on my 4 platforms, eBay, Poshmark, Mecari, and Facebook. And this weekend, I had 3 platforms show up. So I had eBay, Poshmark, and Mecari with sales on them. Now, I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 children, 3 are teenagers, and 1 is a 2nd grader. And so I am a busy lady. I do consider myself part to full-time, sort of, but just keep in mind that my opportunities to source are limited by my children's schedules and my opportunities to list and all of that. So I do have my kids help me. My son photographs, well, between my 3 teenagers, everything that I list is photographed by them. I'll jump in if the stack of clothing is starting to get too high, I'll jump in and photograph some items, but for the most part, I pay them to do my photographing, and then my girls typically will put away everything that I have listed. So I do utilize them to kind of streamline some things. And anyway, so, but just so you know, I'm not a, massive reseller. This is what I do to supplement my husband's income. He has a great job. He has all the benefits, for our family. So this is what I do for fun money, basically. So let's just dive right in, shall we? eBay was pretty active, actually, which was nice on Friday. And then Saturday was okay, and then yesterday was dismal. I think I had 1 sale yesterday. And then I had 1 sale on Poshmark and 2 on Mecari. So, a decent weekend considering how up and down January has been. It's pretty good. So starting off, we have a Barbie Easter surprise. This is from 1998, new in the package, and this sold for $10. I got this in a really large haul that I had, I don't know, over a year ago from an online auction. So, I paid not a lot. So $10. I'm actually glad it's going out the door because it's already been in my room through 1 Easter. So I'm happy that it's finding its forever home this Easter. Okay, I sold a postcard, which is always fun. This is a vintage one, and it's the Theatrical District on Broad Street in Richmond, Virginia, and it is unposted, no note on the back, no stamps or anything. That sold for $4.99. Typically with my postcards, I do try to pay as little as I can, but even still, when you factor in how many, typically you're able to get a very large lot, at minimum 100 postcards. So if you factor in how much you're paying, multiply or divide that by how many postcards you have, your cost per item is very low. So I always estimate I spend about 10 cents or less for a postcard, 10 cents into $4.99 for something that is super easy to photograph, list, and ship. I will do that all day long, every day. I actually sold 2 plush items this weekend, which is just amazing. I never sell plush, but I'm happy because I really, really, really want to pare down my plush to where it's just, really good money makers. Which there are, that they do exist out there. These are not necessarily it. But this is kind of cool. It's a Build-A-Bear, but it's Charmin. So you see the Charmin on the bottom? It's the Charmin bear. How cute. And then it's got the Build-A-Bear tag, and then the little Build-A-Bear tag here. So this was $12.50 is what it sold for. So, if you can pick it up for not a lot of money, it would be good, but don't invest a ton into it. Okay, the next item that sold on eBay, I also sold a lot of books this weekend, which is awesome. I love that so much. This is a lot of 11 of the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys Super Mystery paperbacks, vintage paperbacks, and 11 of these sold for $54.50. So, that's pretty great. And what I do to get my books is, which I've mentioned here before, but just to recap, I will pick up books cheaply from places, whether that's online auctions where I pay $3 for an entire shelf full, or where I go to Goodwill and their color of the week is 75% off and I grab whatever looks like popular titles. Then I bring them to my used bookstore, and then I use that credit to purchase books that I will then resell that have more value to me. So my used bookstore has these marked at a crazy, ridiculously low price. So then I can buy 11 of them, or however many they have, of unique titles, throw them up on eBay and sell them for $54.50. So that was pretty great. I was really happy with that. Then I sold another vintage book, The Operation, Care, and Repair of Farm Machinery. And I picked this up in a lot from an auction. And so you figure I paid maybe $1 at the most, and it sold for $14.72. So highly specialized books like this can be worth money. So always look them up. That's my mantra. I don't follow it myself all the time. Sometimes I have very limited time in the thrift store, so if I know I've sold it in the past, or if I have a feeling about it, I'll grab it and I won't look it up. But if you're not used to selling, if you're new to selling, always check it out, look it up. Okay, the next Plush item is this. This is a Canada souvenir. It's kind of really cute, actually. It's a moose souvenir of Canada, still has the tags, and that sold for $9.99. So that's a fun one. I kind of like both of the items that are going out the door today. They're things that I feel like you could frequently find in the stuffed animals at the thrift store. They're not anything super fantastic or amazing, but they get money. They sell for money. Okay, let's see. This came in a lot from an online auction, and actually, if you watched I put up a haul of an online auction where they forgot to give me 2 tubs of men's clothing, so we had to go back and get it. Anyway, I did a haul because I had no idea what was inside the tubs. It was just like a mystery. And these gloves were in that tub, and they sold for full price of $19.99. These are from Barney's, New York. They do have the tag inside. And they are acrylic, but just some really cute, long, I don't even know what you would call these. I just put long knit gloves. They sold for $19.99, and I paid $34 total for the 2 tubs of clothing. And I sold these, and actually one other item from there is coming up on Poshmark. So I think that will put me already in the black. So everything from here on out is pure profit. Okay, I sold this pair of Old Navy jeans, plus size 20, new with tags. They're the OG straight. And these sold for $17.60. When someone sends you an offer that's so specific, they have budgeted out exactly how much money they can spend, including shipping and taxes, and that's it. I usually take those offers as long as they're reasonable, because, goodness, frog in my throat today, because I know that means most likely they will pay right away, because that's the money they have on hand. Anyway, that's just how I feel about it. Okay, next is this book, Landmark giant book, The Story of Football, vintage book, and this sold for $5. This is a book, I just wanted it out of my storage space, out of my eBay room, so I sent a very aggressive offer. It was I had it priced at $9.99. Somebody liked it, and so that's what I did. Okay, this next one, this is not a bolo. This was a oopsies. So we were at Savers a couple weeks ago, and I found this bag hanging on the wall that had calculators in it. And it had the HP one, and it was in the case, but we couldn't exactly tell which one it was, because if you don't know, some HP calculators are worth a ton of money and some aren't. Anyway, my husband was finally able to scooch it out enough to realize it was the HP 12C. Well, by this point, we had already walked away from the wall where all the bags were hanging. And so we just put it in the cart, and I was like, oh, well, we'll just take it out and, you know, leave it at the register and not buy it. Wouldn't you know, we bought it. Which it's fine, because we ended up paying $6 for the bag, and there were two Texas Instrument calculators that I listed together and put them, I think, at like $15 or $16. So we're still making money at the end of the day. This sold for $12.50, and it sold pretty quickly. So, I mean, obviously now I'm already in the profit, so that's fine. I don't like to spend that much money on stuff that you just don't know how long it's going to take to sell. But the 12C, if you can pick it up for 50 cents or whatever, absolutely grab it. But a fun story, when I first started reselling on eBay, not long after, my husband lost his job. So, and this is about 7 years ago, I think. So for a summer, he was sourcing, we would all go out and source as a family. So we were at an estate sale, and there were so many people there. And we went to into the garage, and there was an HP calculator sitting there on the table, and he was looking it up, and he's like, Lori, I think this could go for like $100. And at that time, you know, we had zero money. We were worried about making our mortgage, all this stuff. And I was like, are you serious? So we went inside, and we're like, hey, how much is the stuff out in the garage that's just sitting on the table? You know, kind of downplaying it. And they're like, oh, that's all $1 each. So we paid $1. I believe that HP was the 11C. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, it did sell for over $100, which was just absolutely amazing. That's one of those things that we took. So from then on, every time we saw an HP calculator, we're like, okay. I sold a tie for $17. This is a Ralph Lauren tie. My Goodwill has ties for $3, so I always check every time I go in there just to see, because you can make good money in ties. You have to be careful, but you can make good money in ties. This isn't good money, I wouldn't say, but it's nothing to complain about. $3 into $17, no problem with that. Let's see. Next is, okay, I picked this up, paid way too much money for it. You know what? Let's just see what I did pay for it. And let's see. I'm going to look up in my spreadsheet and see what we have. Okay, I paid $15 for this at a thrift store. They had gotten in a massive amount of vintage Nua tags stuff from probably Macy's or Penny's or something like that. Had been lost in a storeroom somewhere. Anyway, it was a lot of like Ralph Lauren and Tommy Hilfiger and stuff like that. So it wasn't a ton of home run stuff. So I really, really chose very carefully. But I thought this was really cool, and it was a great size 2X. But it's got like this, what kind of print is that? It's not zebra, obviously, but, well, it's zebra brown? I don't know. Anyway, it's a denim jacket, Nua tags, and it sold for $35 on eBay. So, I mean, again, I'm making a profit. It's not horrible, but I would prefer my profit margin to be a little bigger. But $35, it's not too bad. And it didn't take super long to sell. Let me see when I listed that. I listed it in November. So, oh, no. I listed it in the beginning of December. I bought it at the end of November, listed it beginning of December. So that's not too bad. I'm not sad about that. Okay. This is a Cambridge King James Bible. It is personalized there at the bottom, but that did not keep me from selling it. It does have the thumb index, the gold pages. a concordance, red letter edition, and it is French Morocco leather. It sold for $25, and I sourced this from my used bookstore, and in credit I used about $5. I think it was $5.24, something like that. So that's not bad at all, into $25. Very happy about that. Okay, next is a Wubba Nub. It's a monkey, and that sold for $10 plus shipping. I picked this up at Goodwill. I think I paid $2. Anytime I can find something like this in new in package, I will pick it up, because some mama dropped her baby dropped hers at the grocery store and she couldn't find it and she must replace it today. So she gets it from eBay. That also goes for loveys. Like the baby blankets. If you see them in good condition without stains or holes or whatever, grab those, because sometime, some baby is leaving theirs behind in a hotel room, or throwing it out the car window, or it gets left on an airplane, something like that, or dog chews it, or they've thrown up on it 3 too many times. I don't know. Whatever reason, they need to replace it. So they're going to go to eBay to get that exact same one, because that's the one their child is attached to. So just so you know, always keep your eyes out for that sort of thing. Some of them can go for a lot of money. On average, baby blankets or loveys will go between probably $20, $25, but I have sold some for over $50. So you just have to keep your eyes out. Oh, cool. I sold something while I was sitting here talking. Woohoo! Pair of Vineyard Vines pants for $20. Okay. All right. So I was correct. This is a shirt. You know what? Let me verify myself, because sometimes I misremember things and I say the wrong thing. And yep, I think I was about to actually. Yep, this is. Oh wait, is this from Goodwill? It says it's from Goodwill. I thought it was from those 2 tubs from the estate sale, or the auction, but I guess it's from Goodwill. $5. It's a Lululemon always agile men's shirt. $5 at Goodwill, and it sold on Poshmark for $30. So that is pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna pull up my Mecari sales, which I'm really pleased with how Mecari's doing lately. It's really been surprising me. Okay, first is these Capezio tights, and they are vintage from 1985. And they sold on Mecari for $22, and I pay shipping. So, but hopefully, let's see where they live. It seems like I always am getting buyers from out west. Oh, Utah. So that'll cost certainly more than if they had lived on the East Coast. But this is why I don't do free shipping on eBay. I just don't do it, because everybody always ends up being far away, and then I don't like my profit margin decreasing. I don't like losing that control, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, and then the last item that sold is JWoww Jenny Farley bronzer. Yes, with ink drink complex. So I guess it's safe for tattoos. It is not new. I put on there that it's 80% full, which I think is what it is. You cannot sell this on eBay. Your listing may get pulled and you may get in trouble. But Mecari so far does not have an issue with it. Used beauty products. This sold for $20, and then I will pay the shipping. And let's see. Of course, they're in Washington. I tell you what. Just how it always happens. But this will sell for, less than the £1 rate. it's probably 12 to 14 ounces weight. So hopefully that won't be too bad. So anyway, that's what I have going out the door today. I am getting some great stuff listed today. I've already gotten some listings up. I've had some good sales today already. And just working on keeping all of those platforms active. And it's looking like I would probably have a Facebook Marketplace pickup in the next day or so. So that's awesome as well. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it so much. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way all of my videos will show up in your feed as we upload them. And if you enjoyed the content in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really does help us a lot. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you next time.